The year is 1870. America is a land reborn of steam, steel, and boundless ambition. Railroads carve across the continent. Fortune whispers to those bold enough to listen. But one man doesn't just hear opportunity, he systematizes it. He tames chaos, and in doing so, builds the architecture of modern capitalism. His name was John Davison Rockefeller. Born in 1839 in Richford, New York, to a traveling salesman father and a devout mother, Rockefeller learned early the twin virtues of discipline and faith. At 16, he took his first job as a bookkeeper, earning 50 cents a day. He recorded every penny spent, every cent saved. "I do not think there is any other quality so essential to success as perseverance," he would later say. When the oil boom erupted in Pennsylvania, most saw black gold. Rockefeller saw inefficiency, waste, chaos, duplication. He wasn't interested in striking oil. He wanted to refine it, to turn volatility into order. In the 1860s, the oil industry was the Wild West of capitalism. Boom and bust, fortunes made and lost overnight. Rockefeller's advantage was not strength, but system. He measured costs to the fraction of a cent. He negotiated rail rates with surgical precision, demanding rebates that gave Standard Oil power others could only envy. And when the moment came, he consolidated, acquiring dozens of refineries in what the press called the Cleveland Massacre. Cold, efficient, unstoppable. To his critics, he was a monopolist. To his admirers, a visionary engineer of industry. By 1881, Rockefeller had built an empire. Standard Oil, a network so vast it spanned every step from well to lamp. To manage it, he invented something new, the trust. Dozens of companies united under one board of directors, controlled from a single point. This was more than a corporation. It was the prototype of modern corporate structure, efficient, ruthless, disciplined. Standard Oil didn't just produce oil, it standardized quality, prices, and process. The kerosene it sold lit homes from New York to Shanghai. "Every right implies a responsibility," Rockefeller said. "Every opportunity an obligation. Every possession a duty." By the 1880s, Standard Oil controlled nearly 90% of America's refining capacity. Power that great drew inevitable fire. The Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890 set the stage for a reckoning. 2 decades later, in 1911, the Supreme Court ruled Standard Oil an illegal monopoly, ordering it broken into 34 companies. But here's the twist. Rockefeller owned shares in every one of them. The breakup that was meant to destroy his empire made him the world's first billionaire. As the empire fragmented, Rockefeller turned inward, toward philanthropy. He believed wealth was a divine stewardship, saying, "I believe it is a duty to make all the money you can, save all you can, and give all you can." He funded the University of Chicago, the Rockefeller Foundation, and medical research institutes that still bear his name. His giving wasn't charity, it was structure. Every dollar had purpose, to make others independent, not dependent. Charity is injurious unless it helps the recipient to become independent of it. By his death in 1937, his fortune equaled over 1% of America's entire economy. John D. Rockefeller's shadow still stretches across modern life. ExxonMobil, Chevron, the Rockefeller Foundation, energy, finance, medicine, and education all carry his imprint. He mastered the logic of efficiency, the art of control, the ethic of stewardship. Yet he remains a paradox, a saint of industry, and a sinner of monopoly. He once said, "Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great." And that pursuit, relentless, exacting, and often merciless, defined an age. John D. Rockefeller didn't just refine oil, he refined the very idea of enterprise. He built systems that outlived him and shaped a world still burning with his vision. Standard Oil may have been dismantled, but its fragments became the pillars of the modern energy world. Exxon, Chevron, Mobil, each descended from Rockefeller's blueprint. More than a century after its fall, Standard Oil still lives, not in name, but in design. Its fragments, Exxon, Chevron, Mobil, became global titans. Their reach stretches from Alaska to Arabia, fueling cars, wars, and cities. Rockefeller's blueprint, control the chain, master efficiency, dominate markets, became the foundation for modern corporate life. But in the age of climate debate and economic disparity, his system faces a new question. When does mastery turn into dependence? When does innovation begin to cost the planet itself? In the 21st century, the world runs not on kerosene, but on data. Yet Rockefeller's spirit endures in every industry that prizes scale, control, and optimization. Today's tech giants mirror the same pattern. Build systems, dominate markets, define progress. The oil of his age powered machines. The oil of ours powers minds. And the same questions return. Who holds the power when efficiency becomes absolute? Who regulates the new standard oils of our time? John D. Rockefeller's empire ended long ago, but his logic never did. Today, the same pursuit of precision, efficiency, and dominance runs through algorithms, corporations, and digital empires. Where Rockefeller once refined oil, modern giants refine data. Where he standardized barrels, we now standardize behavior. His story isn't just history, it's prophecy. He showed us how power scales and how easily it forgets its soul. Was Rockefeller a genius who mastered chaos, or the architect of a world that forgot? John D. Rockefeller, 1839 to 1937. He once said, "Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great."